What up, guys?
Welcome back to our channel What Up Canada. This is Sherry.
And this is Sid. So today's topic is gonna be really very interesting and a bit serious too. So today it's gonna be about money. Yes, that's right. So when someone lands in Canada, I know that it's very expensive here. The cost of living is double that of India. There's a lot of money that is involved. That's why the Canadian government asks you to bring certain funds for your settlement here for up to 6 months. So today's video is gonna be about how to manage money in this country which has a lot of expenses.
So when we came here, there were a lot of new expenses we were introduced to. So initially we were spending all of that money and we didn't realize at the end of the month where did all the money go. So we started managing our funds better in a way that we started doing budgeting for our finances. Watch the video till the end because we are going to share a very resourceful tool. So I think let's start with the video and let's tell you what kind of expenses can you expect once you are here in Canada. And if you're already here, I am sure this video is going to be very helpful for you. So first thing which you should consider while doing your budgeting is of course your income, and that income includes your income plus if you are here with a spouse or any other family member, you can take that into consideration as well.
So you need to look at the net amount and not the gross amount because there will be deductions like your EI, CPP, federal tax deductions, etc.
So once you have derived your income, it is important to put some money aside in your savings account.
So here in the banking system you'll get two accounts. One would be the checking account and other would be the savings account. So your daily transactions that keep on happening will be done through your checking account, and there is a separate account, the savings account, which you preserve for maybe some emergencies, maybe something that you want to buy at a later stage and stuff like that.
So what kind of savings you can manage here in Canada? Let's talk about that. So first one is emergency fund. It is important to put aside some money every month to your savings account so that you can use it whenever required in case of an emergency. So start with a small amount and start increasing it progressively each month.
So the next sort of savings is the RRSP or the Registered Retirement Savings Plan. This plan would be helpful for you when you grow old and you would require funds in your old age. So you can open your RRSP with any of the banks or even the companies these days. They help you with the RRSP. The advantage of opening an RRSP is that it helps you in tax benefits.
So next important thing is if you have some plans for higher education, you can also set aside some amount for that so that whenever you plan to go for your further studies, you have some amount handy to give your fees, because fees are really high for professional courses here in Canada. And also everybody's aim is to finally buy a home in Canada. So you should also plan to put aside some money for your housing as well. And when you're finally ready to purchase a house, you already have a good amount as savings which you can use as down payment.
Also, getting a car here in Canada is quite easy. But still, if you need to purchase a car and invest more towards the down payment, it's better that you save that money. Again, have a separate fund for this expense that you would be required to use at a later stage.
So an important tip we would give you for your savings would be it should be 5% or more of your monthly income. So start planning your savings and save more so that you have a secured future.
So the next important component is expenses, and tell you what, the list is endless.
So let's start with talking about accommodation or housing. So what kind of expenses you incur for your accommodation? So even if you are renting a place or you are paying mortgage for your home, you need to set aside a lot of money for your housing expenses. So basis on your income, you should decide what kind of rent do you want to pay. Do you want to go for a basement or you want to go for a condo?
So apart from the accommodation or the rent that you'd be paying, there are also expenses like utilities, water, heating, and insurance, like the tenant insurance that you'd be paying.
So the next set of expenses would be your communications, which will include
your Wi-Fi, your phone which includes your calling, your data. Maybe the phone itself is also included if you're buying it from here on a contract. and then your monthly subscriptions to entertainment streams like Netflix, Amazon, Disney, etc.
So the next expense is expense on your food, which is also going to be a big part of your expenses.
So that includes your groceries and whatever food you're having outside or takeouts. Groceries usually vary for individuals. For two people, it usually varies between $400 to $500 if you are living comfortably.
But again, there are few tips on how you can save on your grocery as well. Go for places like Walmart or Costco where you can purchase in a wholesale amount and you'll be spending a little less money if you compare it to other stores like Longos or Loblaws.
The other part was having food from outside or like be dine out or take out. So
Personally, every weekend we just want to relax and we want to order from outside. But again, we have some amount decided at the beginning of each month and we try to remain within those limits. So important tip which we have learnt is you should keep your average expense on your food, grocery, all those things would be below 20% of your monthly income.
So the next component is insurance. Insurance is a very critical part here in Canada and it is a must that you have one. So we would like to classify them as life, then dental and health, and finally disability and accidental. So most of the employers do provide you with your dental and health coverages which saves you on your certain amount and you would not be paying for that, but some employers do charge you a certain component and they would be covering the rest of the component for you guys.
So the tip we have learned from our experiences that your insurances should be within the limit of 1 to 3% of your monthly income. The other important expense is transportation. So that is something which varies for every individual if you are using public transport or if you have a car.
So owning a car doesn't come easy even if you have leased or financed. So there are a number of expenses that add to your car cost. One would be the leasing cost, the EMIs that you would be paying at the end of every month. Apart from that, you also have the insurance which you need to pay and which is very expensive.
Insurance also can depend on where you are living. So there are few tricks and tips you can follow so as to save on your insurance. It comes with what kind of license you have or what kind of place are you living at. So that's another important aspect if you want to save on your car insurance.
Apart from that, we also have expenses like gas. There are expenses like your oil change, your winter tire change, and parking here in Canada, especially in Toronto, is very expensive and you need to like be very mindful wherever you're going that there is a cost which needs to be incurred while traveling with the car. So for people who don't own a car or want to use the public transport, here the facility for public transport is really good and you just need to have a monthly subscription to your Presto card which would be handy for you wherever you are traveling. So if you are in Toronto, there's a monthly fee of $155 or approx which you need to get your car recharged by, and you can avail the services within Toronto at that very amount.
So there are few miscellaneous expenses as well which need to be considered, because of course we are not just going to pay all these expenses, but we are also going to put aside some money for our personal enjoyment as well. So let's start with talking about travel. You should put aside some money for travel as well. There are very great opportunities here in Canada for weekend getaways or different provincial travel as well.
All in all, if you are planning to go somewhere, it tentatively costs you around $200 to $250 to $300 per couple.
So the tool we were talking about at the beginning of the video is by Government of Canada on their official website. So we'll put the link in the description below and you can visit their website and manage your own personalized budget with the help of Government of Canada. They provide you with a key and you can keep on changing your budget or your income and expenses as your life progresses. They also provide you with personalized tips on how you can save more money.
So the name of the tool is Budget Planner. So this tool was quite useful for us in doing our budgeting because we were clueless about how the money was going out of our pocket, and it was really haywire for us to manage our budget. In the next section, you will be able to see a working example of how the tool operates. We have taken a random example of income of two people in a house and what are the sort of expenses that a couple incurs. So let's start. So once you click that link, you will be landed to this page wherein it'll ask you certain questions like your life situation. You can enter single, couple, then your age range, your work status, your home, are you a homeowner or in a rented apartment or basement? Then are you, what's your primary goal? Saving more money, cutting down on expenses or your debt? And then hit start. So all the examples that I'm giving here are hypothetical examples. I'm just filling out random details in this calculator. So let's start. So income, your income, you can put whatever it is. I'm putting probably 3,500. Then your spouse income, maybe she's earning similar to you, so again 35. Then again, if you are getting any rental property income, then you add in here. Then next come to savings. Savings, if you are saving for any emergencies, for education, for home renovation, for car purchase, etc., just put those amounts in here. So probably for RRSP, if you're contributing, say for example 500, enter that. Next, come to the major chunk of your calculation, which would be the expenses. So under expenses, you have the debt repayment, your credit card monthly bill, your personal loan, your student loan, your housing. So this is the most important expense which you would be filling up. So if you are a homeowner, probably enter your mortgage, then property tax, home insurance, etc. And if you are in a rented property, then enter that. So monthly, say for example it's 1,600, just enter that. Home insurance, say for example you're paying 40 bucks a month, just enter that. Furniture and appliances, annually, if you are purchasing new appliances, maybe 250 bucks, enter that. Next, if you have any home security system, enter that. And so electricity, on an average would be 100, I'm just entering it as 100. Water, maybe 50 bucks. Heating, again probably 50 bucks. Next section is communication, so enter your phone bill. If you are on contract, then probably enter that. Just probably a random guess, paying 60 bucks or 80 bucks, I would enter 80. Cable or satellite expenses, then internet, on an average 50 to 60 bucks. Internet entertainment subscriptions, Netflix or Amazon Prime, I'm entering it as 20, 10 each. Then comes food, which is gonna eat up a lot of your expenses. So groceries, on an average I'm taking it as 120 a week for two people, and for restaurants and takeout I'm putting it as 100. Next comes insurance. So if you have any life, medical, dental, disability insurance that you are paying up, just enter it in here. Transportation, if you are owning a car, enter that. Insurance, again, gas, maintenance, parking. So there are a lot of expenses under car, so just add all these in here. Then if you are just going through the public transport, just enter that. So I'm just entering 155, which is like the monthly pass. And next comes education. So if you have any educational expenses, just put it in here. Tuition fees, textbooks. For recreational activities, you have your club memberships, travel and vacation. So for travel and vacation, I'm just entering a random amount of $800 annually, or maybe increase it by 200, which makes it $1,000. Then if you have any club memberships, just put it in here. Any tickets for events, sports gears, entertainment equipment, etc. Next comes personal care, like a hairdresser. If you're going every month to a salon, just enter those expenses here. I'm just entering randomly $60. Then cosmetics and skincare, I just put it every maybe quarter, maybe random guess 150. Next comes clothing. So you don't buy, if you are rich, you probably might be buying it every month, but I'll still put it as a quarter expense and put it at 200. Next comes medical, pets, and other fees. So if you have these expenses, just add it in here and the system would calculate everything for you. So next I hit the next button and it will ask you to save your data first. So I go to save and it'll ask you for an email address. The link would be sent so that you can reuse it again, and just click next. So after you do this, you will get a suggestion from this website which will tell you that what's your status like. So if you can see, it states as you currently have money left in your budget, you could put that money towards the saving goal. So it again tells you basis on your primary goal that you can invest more money in towards your savings and use it at a later stage. So it is also telling me you should have an emergency fund so you can pay for unexpected expenses. So that's again a suggestion that these guys are giving me so that I can better plan my future.
So hope this video helped you. We had a really good time shooting this because this is something which is really helpful for everybody who is arriving here in Canada, or if you're already living here. The income or expenses may vary for each couple or a family, but still most of them remains the same, and we hope that this helped you and you'll be able to better manage your budget and finances.
So if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We know that you have been with us and you have been supporting us quite nicely all this while. We keep getting your comments on Instagram, on YouTube, and we are working tirelessly to provide you these sort of insights. So it would be great if you can subscribe to our channel. And until next time, take care of yourself, your family, and stay connected.
Bye bye.